Thanks for checking out Hemlock Mountain Outdoors. I'm Kurt, and I'm going to talk about installing your cinch buckles. So why would you want a cinch buckle system? Maybe you've got a hammock that just has a piece of cordage like this. That's just a loop that you hook carabiners into, or some manufacturers just use a heavier rope that you tie a knot into and hook carabiners into. And you want something like this for the cinch buckles. Now the installation is similar to what you do with whoopee slings, so this would work for either. But talking about the cinch buckles, what you get when you order our cinch buckles is a set of tree straps. These are 12 feet each. There's two of them there. And then you get two 8-inch continuous loops with the cinch buckles already installed on them. And then I'm going to show you how to take out your old rope, your old cordage, and then install these. It's actually pretty simple. The first thing you want to do is look at your hammock, and towards the end, make sure you see stitching anywhere from 2 to 3 inches away from the end, like you see right here. This would indicate that your hammock is a sewn channel hammock and not a whipped hammock. A whipped hammock would be completely different. These are not long enough to work with a whipped hammock, so you want to make sure you have a sewn end channel. And a lot of hammocks use this sewn end channel style. So what you do, now this already has cinch buckles on it, so I'm just going to take this off and show you the installation. It doesn't matter what the cordage is in it already, it's going to be very similar. If you've got something like, let me take that Ridgeline off. So you can see if your hammock already has a Ridgeline, you can usually slide that right off of your cinch buckle or your cordage that you already have on there. If it's tied on, just untie your Ridgeline if you have one and just pull it back. I'm going to pull this over. It doesn't matter if that falls out. If it's just looped through itself like this, you can just put a little pressure on it. It slides off and you can then pull it through. Or if it's tied in a knot on the inside, you're going to want to work that knot out of your channel and then either just cut the rope, get a pair of heavy-duty scissors or something to cut that rope so you can pull it off if you don't care about the cordage anymore, or untie that rope and then pull it out if you want to keep that rope. All right, so obviously if it's just looped through with a lark's head, you're just going to push it through and slide your cordage out. So like I said, it doesn't matter what kind of cordage you have in there, that's really all you're going to do. And now you've got an open channel. Ain't nothing in there. Your hammock is all opened up. Next, you're going to take your new cinch buckles and you're just going to pick an end, go into the opening, and you can get a piece of wire as long as it's not sharp at the end. If it's like a loop, you can push it through this channel and then snake this through. But a lot of times this is stiff enough that you can just push it in all the way up to the cinch buckle and then just work it through and then pulling the slack back. Now, as you're pushing it through, try to keep the bunching as even as you can. You can kind of even that out as you go, but we're gonna readjust that a little bit anyway. When you get to the end, the loop will pop out. Lens is over there. And then just take the buckle and the loop, kind of hold them together, and make sure you got no bunching, kind of like this one right here. That's all bunched up too tight. What I'll usually do is put my fingers inside like this. All right, just flip it over, put my fingers inside, open that up a little bit, and just make sure that it looks as even as possible. It's going to all get compressed anyway once you put tension on it. Now, before you feed your cinch buckle through the open loop, grab your Ridgeline and make sure that it will go over the cinch buckle, which I know this one does. There we go. Make sure it goes over your cinch buckle. Okay. If it doesn't, what you want to do is hook it over the open end first and then feed your cinch buckle through. It's going to lock your Ridgeline to the loop a little bit. You'll have to take the whole thing apart to get it off. But if your opening isn't big enough, that might be your only option. Once it looks nice and even, you just loop it through like that. So what I did there, just put the cinch buckle through the open end of the loop and pull it tight. Now you want to pull on this end as much as possible to pull this side down into the open channel. So you just kind of pull it over and tighten it until it doesn't feel like it wants to move anymore. Give it a good tug, just kind of secure it in there. Take a last look at the end channel, make sure nothing's too bunched up or lopsided. And the reason why you want to do this is to give your hammock a nice even hang from side to side. It's not going to hurt anything really if it gets bunched up in one spot. It just might be a little uncomfortable. And if you notice somewhere where you're getting a ridge in your hammock, just check and make sure that you don't have something that's bunched up to one side or the other. It's easy enough to just come back, push that open, and realign it. Now, once that you've got your cinch buckle on your hammock, you can take your Ridgeline that a few minutes ago we verified fits over your cinch buckle, and you're just going to slip that over. And you're all set. Your cinch buckles are ready to go, and you can go out and start hanging your hammock. That's a real quick look at how you set up your cinch buckles on your hammock. Again, the easiest thing to do is before you even buy the cinch buckles, check and make sure you've got a sewn end hammock like this, a sewn channel. You can see that on there. If you've got that, you can swap them out. Hope you enjoyed the video. Hope it helped you out. If you have any other questions, feel free to ask. And go outside, hang a hammock, have some fun.